So let's see. Smart glasses are suddenly good. What is this? Is this a meta thing?
So I'm in the middle of reviewing these new iPhones.
That's a Air iPhone.
Pretty interesting, but you know, they're new iPhones, so they're iterative.
Okay,
and then Meta, of course, decides to also have an event because it's Techtember and things just don't stop. So I put that down for a second. I fly back out to California, and what Meta has to show me is actually shockingly advanced. Because just
it's shockingly bad. We've seen it on live. Like Mark
months
Zuckerberg was doing a preview of these glasses, and
I saw this.
that thing was
I made a whole
bugging,
video
man.
about it. These are Meta's Orion
Stuttering, lagging.
AR glasses prototypes, which were super cool and overlaid software onto the world around you. But they could never sell these things because the materials alone cost like 10 grand, and they're a bit too cumbersome, and they have a whole separate stick with a computer in it that's nearby, and
It's
they
a previous
overheat,
model
and
thing,
the
right?
battery lasts like an hour. It was a cool proof of
they're too
concept of a
big,
bleeding edge technology,
too
but
thick,
not a real product.
too heavy.
Now here we are 10 months later, and they're handing me a finished product with a price tag and a release date. And it's
If it's the finished product, man, this shit
the Meta
will not
Ray-Ban
sell.
display. Clever name, I know.
So it's another collab with Ray-Ban.
It's essentially an updated version of the Meta Ray-Bans, and it's massively better than the Orion prototype. Now, the main difference with these are a monocular display.
I mean, they still look pretty big, no?
It's only showing up in one eye, the right eye, and it's fixed slightly lower and to the right of the middle of your vision.
Like, look at that thing. That thing is lagging,
plenty
yo.
sharp, 42 pixels per degree to be
Jeez.
exact, and more than bright enough to be seen outdoors. I tried these things outdoors. Gets up to 5,000 nits. So it's like a real-life little HUD in the corner of your vision that you can turn on or off at any time. And you still can
Obviously, this whole video is a hashtag ad.
control everything through a neural band on your wrist that uses surface EMG technology to read the electrical impulses going through your arm as you make different gestures that you pretty quickly memorize and
cool.
can draw discreetly and quietly with pretty good accuracy. You can scroll up, scroll down, select, you can go forward and backward, and even turn up and down volume by pinching in the air and twisting slowly. And as I'm getting to try these,
that sounds
just
cool,
keep
but
thinking,
man,
the rate of improvement is kind of insane. For example, the light leak, you might remember from Orion, was very evident. Like, you could see clearly when someone was looking at something when they were activated with the Orion glasses. Now, when I pull something up on the display in these, it's basically invisible to the outside world. The light leak is nearly completely gone. Now, of course, this is a much smaller field of view, but it's pretty impressive that from most angles, there is virtually no way to see that I'm looking at something on the screen in these glasses. Even with the perfect angles when the light hits just right, all you can really tell is that these glasses do have a waveguide in them, and I seem to be looking off to the side a little bit and not directly at you. And that's it.
Oh my god, that would be looking so weird.
And for the neural band, the controls have gotten even more
What is that? Looks like a massage thing for your wrist or something.
refined and precise. So back when I tried it 10 months ago, it was pretty good, but you know, the idea of doing text input by just drawing letters in midair with your hand was just an idea. Now, it's an actual feature, and it's maybe the most reliable, quickest method of text input that I've tried with these. It's absolutely insane. I was writing whole sentences, first try, quickly, with no errors. It was nuts.
Yo, this is dystopian as shit,
Also, no separate
man.
computer
This
puck
is as
necessary for these,
dystopian
like
as
there
it
was with the
gets.
prototype. Everything is self-contained in the glasses, which are admittedly definitely kind of thick. You know, a little less crazy than the Orions, but you can still tell there's some stuff going on with these if I walk by wearing them. And they weigh 69 grams. Nice. So just as a non-glasses wearer, they are a little bit heavy. Like, they're just heavy enough to not forget that I'm wearing them, but they're not super cumbersome, in my opinion.
I don't know,
And
I've
of
never
course,
been
you
a
cannot
fan of
underestimate how
glasses,
much aesthetics matter
be honest.
if you're gonna be wearing this computer on your face. Like, there needs to be some element of fashion, and I think they look better in person than they do on camera. And there's also two colors, either black or sand, and they actually come with a matching colored neural band, black or sand as well. Oh, and the charging case. The charging case is also pure genius. It can either hold a glass.
I don't know, sand looks like the type of stuff that grandpa would wear or
Oh,
some
and the
old
charging
ass.
case. The charging case is
Oh,
also
gee.
pure genius. It can either hold the glasses inside, or you take them out and it folds down flat in like 2 seconds and still has enough room for 4 more charges of battery. This did not get enough attention for how awesome it was because it came in the middle of a keynote that was kind of an
Again, the main thing. Oh my god, that's the.
absolute disaster in so many other ways, but I'm impressed with the charging case. Now, here's the thing. These Meta Ray-Ban
So he did say
smart
that he
glasses
addressed that problem.
have been out for
It was
like
so
4
short,
years
like
now,
I got them
and
2
they
seconds,
have been a
man.
hit, actually. They let you talk to Meta's AI and send messages with your voice and listen to music. But I'm fairly confident that the number one use of these by far is to use the built-in cameras to record POV videos. So the real question you might be asking is, all right, Marquez, what does adding a display into the glasses actually get you? And I was thinking the same thing. I'm glad you asked because I have the answers now. So number one, first and foremost, you can obviously see the UI of the glasses instead of just relying entirely on voice commands. So if you want to do something in the UI with the gestures and never speak a word out loud, that's advantage number one to having a screen. Number two is you can actually see the viewfinder of the camera now. So you can be very sure of exactly what you're capturing, and you can review pictures and videos after you've taken them. That's also pretty useful. Number three,
Holy, that thing is like 15 frames per second.
messaging and even video calls
Jeez.
on your glasses are pretty sick. So if you're in a video call, you can see the person you're talking to, and the person on the other end just sees a feed from your forward-facing camera, just straight POV. Then number four, maps, which I think are pretty killer. I've talked about this with Google Glass. If you go to navigate somewhere, you can open up the maps and then get turn-by-turn directions and a rotating map that tracks with your head to match the direction you're facing, which to someone like me with a terrible sense of direction is so clutch. And then number five is subtitling basically anything you want in the real world. It uses the beamforming microphones to specifically listen to whatever's in front of you and then put that live
Yeah,
text
it sounds pretty
on the
cool though, not
HUD
gonna lie.
of exactly what they're saying. And it works pretty quickly. And if that speech is in another language, it should be able to live translate everything for you to understand what they're saying. Again, so clutch. And this is all being wrapped into a real product that you can buy this year with a real price tag that is $800, which, yeah, it's expensive. It's the price of a whole phone, but it's actually a little bit less expensive than I maybe would have guessed before actually hearing that.
Oh, come on. It's a slop, man. Nobody will buy that shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially after the preview that Zuckerberg did.
It's actually losing
Jeez.
money on the hardware here.
Again, I feel like the main problem with these glasses is obviously it's attached to the Facebook, to the Meta.
For to just get them out and get them into people's hands. But
You
that
know,
also
the company that has the biggest trust issues pretty
really
much
brings
in
us
the
to
industry.
maybe the biggest downside of this particular product, which is that it is Meta. And that's not a disaster. I mean, obviously people already like the Meta Ray-Bans already, but it
Who likes them?
also
Nobody
does
likes
mean
them.
you still will have the privacy questions of exactly what data is being collected and what they do with it. And then the other thing, I don't know if you know this,
They collect every fucking piece of detail about you.
but every app that you use on these glasses is strictly first-party stuff. Like messaging with your friends, that's WhatsApp. Video calls on the glasses, that's also WhatsApp. That's not Google Maps. It's their own mapping service, which I can guarantee won't have the best real-time traffic info or ratings like Google Maps has. And they'll even let you scroll through Instagram Reels because
Really?
Instagram. The only exception I saw to this rule was the music playback was done through a partnership with Spotify. But
Imagine having competition who's the best at leaking your information to the government
as
or
of right
to
now, we're at
advertisement companies
launch. There is no app store for
selling metadata.
It's coming, allegedly, but not yet. But overall, though, I just can't help but be super impressed with how quickly they have been moving forward with this. Like I said, less than a year ago was that crazy prototype with the separate computer and the $10,000 bill of sale. And now here we are. It's moving so quickly. And I know we're expecting other entries into the smart glasses space probably within the next couple months, I think from Samsung and from Google and maybe some others. But as of right now, these are the best smart glasses with a screen that I've tried, hands down. And you know, the sad thing is you wouldn't really get that from the presentation. at all. The keynote was so brutal, mainly because so many of the live demos that they tried went about as poorly as they possibly could have. I mean, I watched it live. If you get to watch that back, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's unfortunate because the product is so cool, and I got to give them props for trying to do real demos instead of faking everything, I guess.
It's a slop, man. It's a goddamn slop. Literally everything failed at that goddamn presentation.
Anyone.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
What do I do first?
Oh,
You've already
shit.
combined the base ingredients, so now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up.
That's the voice for you. That's the voice for
Video
sure.
call.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, this is giving me an anxiety, man. This
Well, let's see what happened there.
is just bugging, man.
That's too bad. I don't know what happened.
That's really bad,
The
man.
irony of the whole thing is that you spend years making...
Kind of reminds me of a Tesla incident, you know, when they threw a ball and the glass shattered.
technology, and then the
The
Wi-Fi
crack,
and
the bulletproof glass, so-called.
that day
Kind of, you know, that type of incident.
catches.
But this is, I would say, a little bit even worse.
So
I don't know.
yeah, there's a distinct lack of good videos of people using this tech and these headsets right now. But I'm predicting that when these actually do come out in a few weeks, that we're gonna see a pretty significant wave of all this new content of the cool stuff people get to do with this, from the live captioning to the
I mean, if they're gonna get paid to make that type of a content, sure.
maps.
But so far, I don't see
AI stuff that's
nobody
gonna
interested
blow
in
all
that
at once. People
slop.
are just going to start flooding the internet with content about it. But yeah, seeing how fast these improved really actually, for the first time in a while, it got me thinking about if it could bring us closer to a post-smartphone world, which is obviously
And so
still super
far,
far.
the only improvement I've seen, they just changed 2 screens to 1 screen, right? So before there was in 2 eyes, like screens in 2 eyes. Now it's in 1 eye. So it's, so far I see only,
These still
change
need
that-
a smartphone
that
to connect
direction.
to work. But
and obviously that's why it's
imagine a world where you're
lighter and smaller in size.
walking around on a scenic hike and you see a cool scene, and instead of taking
I
your
don't know.
phone out and putting a computer between you and the scene, you just, snap the picture on your glasses and just appreciate it. Seems nice, right? Then again,
You can use a
you'd
phone,
rather be
man.
talking to someone and
With
see them.
you can use a goddamn phone with a huge ass camera.
Check
Holy.
their phone or their smartwatch real quick, and it's kind of rude, but then they're over it. Or you're talking to someone,
Why do you even need a watch? You have a phone. There's a time there.
maybe wearing
I
some
don't know. I've never
glasses
been a
like
big fan of glasses or watches. Just
this, and
everything is in the
every
phone.
once in a while they just kind of glance down and to the right a little bit while they're talking to you, and
The whole point of smartphone is to just shrink every possibility, every goddamn function, detail, every instrument into one small piece. What do you need even more?
it's subtle, but you don't
Holy.
know if they're
You
actually
have time, you have camera, you have everything.
something to
Oh
think
my
about.
god.
Anyway,
But maybe in 10 years we're gonna see like legit some thin ass glasses. I don't know.
thanks for watching. Catch you very soon
That would be actually comfortable to wear,
in the next one.
especially for people who does not wear glasses. You know, that's I would say the most important thing. So the guy says only thing holding these things back is the fact that they are tied to matter. Yeah, exactly. That's the most trust issue type of corporation that you can get in this industry of technologies, right? This is just... Oh my god, minimap from video games IRL. Sometimes I think tech innovators watch 10 minutes of a Black Mirror episode and never saw how it ended. The problem is in a Black Mirror everything worked, but based on the presentation, yo, it's a slop, yo, it's a slop. Holy.